about that. Look at what happened from that. See, and this is why this documentary is I'm not calling it a documentary. I'm calling it a mockumentary. That's what I call it.
Oh, that's Spinal Tap.
I call it a mockumentary. I feel like this whole thing is mocking me. That's how I feel. It's wild. But go ahead.
Was there anything at all that you were watching this documentary that was new information to you?
New?
Yes.
No.
From the history of Puff, him coming up, anything new?
No. There was nothing new for me. There was nothing new for me. The only thing that was new was what was coming forward that had never come forward before. Kirk Burroughs finally admitting out loud that he had been essayed by the
Jaguar Wright just blew the doors open on what she claims 50 Cent left out of his Diddy documentary. And if she's right, the stuff missing is way heavier than what Netflix showed. She's calling names, hinting at unseen tapes, and questioning 50's true intentions, and the internet is eating it up. You didn't click this by accident. You're here because Jaguar is firing at 50's Sean Combs' The Reckoning, and trust, people are tuned in for a reason. While most viewers are obsessing over what made it into the Netflix special, Jaguar is focused on what got sliced away. And according to her, nothing was cut because it was boring. It was removed because it was too raw, too risky, too explosive for mainstream screens. That alone makes you stop. Here's what we're unpacking. First, the footage Jaguar claims Netflix refused to touch. Second, why megastars like Jay-Z and Clive Davis barely show up. Third, what 50 might really be aiming for with this release. And lastly, the names and material Jaguar is now exposing herself. This isn't just a doc, it's decades of buried industry secrets finally being poked. And let's be honest, powerful people would rather this stay buried.
Don't even sound. I want to put her on blast because she was telling me, she was saying to me that what I was asking for was crazy and they wasn't spending money like that. I'm talking about you got footage, you got clothing, you got, I was doing footage, I had pictures, all the stuff that I had, you could figure out a way to pay a brother and stuff like that. And then I was telling her about some prices that I've already received and I had the invoices to show it. And then she was calling me like I was lying. I'm like, yo, who do you think you talking to? You know what I'm saying? And she was talking about, there's no way nobody paid. Nobody what? I say, first of all you people come with these documentaries and stuff, the first thing you tell me, y'all tell these people out here that y'all don't pay, and y'all pay. If you can make a picture look like $10,000, $15,000, you know what I'm saying? You can sit here and tell me that you're gonna pay me for my time sitting right down here with y'all. You understand? So then, one thing led to another, and I was like, all right, well then, F you, I spoke to 50, and then she said 50, and this is exact words that came out her mouth. 50 does not determine what goes in.
So don't blink, because after this, you might never watch that doc the same way. Before we get into Jaguar's bombshell claims,
he was there for so much of it. Because right after the Diddler beat the crap out of Steve Stout, the Jigga Man poked up on Rivera. Not long after that. All of this stuff happened around the same time.
Why do you think Jay-Z wasn't involved in none of this?
Well, I mean, he was involved in a lot of it. You mean, why wasn't he mentioned?
Yeah, mentioned in the documentary at all.
I mean, there was a lot of people that weren't mentioned. Matter of fact, not too many people in the industry were mentioned who were there and present. Isn't that cute?
Very true.
They found a way to tell that story while they kept everybody else.
We're talking major insider access. Diddy meeting with lawyers right before his arrest, former associates speaking out, even individuals tied to his court proceedings. This kind of access is almost unheard of. But here's the twist. Not everyone who expected to be in it actually made the final version. Gene Deal, Diddy's longtime bodyguard, someone many believe witnessed key moments firsthand, was removed after clashing over money and control. And Jaguar? Netflix reportedly labeled her material too controversial.
The worst celebrity that you've been around is the most full of sin. I know no sin is greater, but just was damn, this
Clive Davis.
Devil incarnate. Clyde Davis. He Janis Joplin. He blackmailed Betty Wright so she wouldn't tell anybody that he Janis Joplin. He killed Whitney Houston.
Let that sit for a second. Too controversial for a documentary built on serious allegations? Which raises the real question. If this was supposed to be the big reckoning, then why does it feel like the public only saw...
Interesting to watch, you don't think? Kalima's testimony? She was probably the most pitiful witness they brought up to speak about all of this in the entire thing. Kalima?
Wait, why you say that? She was emotional. She was
emotional? That's what you call it?
that's what I'm trying to call it.
Capricorn Clark was emotional. I'll give her emotion. I'm sitting there looking at someone, in my opinion, who appears to be struggling with a substance issue, trying not to fall apart on camera. Meanwhile, nobody paying attention to the fact that she's sitting there afraid to really say anything at all because she's in the middle of a custody battle.
That line alone lit social media on fire. Some may think it's bitterness, but wait. After hearing what she says was left out, it sounds different. Jaguar says this isn't ego, it's truth being smoothed over to protect certain elites. And the omissions? She says some of the biggest industry giants are practically invisible.
What are your thoughts as far as how they portrayed Kim Porter with this Reckoning documentary?
They didn't portray her at all.
Yeah, they didn't.
That's the thing. They didn't portray her at all. She was spoken for by Kalima. That was interesting to watch, you don't think? Kalima's testimony? She was probably the most pitiful witness they brought up to speak about all of this in the entire thing. Kalima?
Wait, why you say that? She was emotional. She was
emotional? That's what you call it?
that's what I'm trying to call it.
Capricorn Clark was emotional. I'll give her emotion. I'm sitting there looking at someone, in my opinion, who appears to be struggling with a substance issue, trying not to fall apart on camera. Meanwhile, nobody paying attention to the fact that she's sitting there afraid to really say anything at all because she's in the middle of a custody battle and she's trying to get her kids back. And she's got to be careful of whatever she says because it could make it impossible for her to get her kids back. Did nobody pay attention to that?
Yeah, no, she said she wanted $5K from Diddy.
She wanted $5K from her former bandmate and a billionaire. And he wouldn't even give her $5K to help her get her kids back? Why not? But then again, nobody's talking about who her husband is and who her husband is to Diddy. He's one of Diddy's #1 minions.
Oh yeah, no, that's news.
He's a loyalist. He is a Diddy doo-wop-bop. Kalima's also bisexual, so I'm finding it kind of interesting that she didn't see anything, she wasn't around anything, she didn't know about anything, and this is not me putting anything crazy on her. This is exactly what she said when she was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta with Stevie J, who was also not mentioned at all during this documentary. Because Stevie J was living at the Star Island house. Tell me something, how do you have all of that stuff about Little Rod and there's no Stevie J? Now, it was really interesting because there was some of the footage that Little Rod has shared with this documentary that he shared with nobody else that he did an interview with, and none of that made it into the trial. There's images of him with French Montana and the Diddler on the yacht.
Yeah.
But nothing of Stevie J, surgically removed.
Take Jay-Z, barely a mention. Stevie J, a major figure in Diddy's circle for years, almost erased.
They're gonna do something and they're gonna say in the reckoning of Sean Combs, the reckoning, or Diddy, the reckoning and stuff like that. It should have been a lot of people that we lost because of him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't only Big, it wasn't only Tupac, you understand? For the atmosphere that he put those kids in. You got a guy named Anthony Wolf Jones, who was from Bad Boy, from its conception as doing security and being one of the financiers of Puff having to have some money to keep Big and Craig Mack around.
Still, It's hard not to raise a brow when someone with that level of control barely shows up in a doc marketed as accountability.
Indication for me, because for 4 years I've been screaming not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters, and the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away out a response that changes now.
Now, Kim Porter, this is where Jaguar's tone shifts. Kim, Diddy's late partner and mother of his children, passed away in 2018, and Jaguar feels her story deserved a spotlight. Instead, it's relayed mostly through others, not through a layered breakdown of her life or what she faced. One key speaker, Keena Harper, Jaguar said was emotional to watch, not because she was lying, but because she was holding back, and Jaguar understands why.
Get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there, but you got custody of him first.
During filming, Keena was reportedly in the middle of a custody fight. Saying too much could have cost her everything. Anything recorded could end up as evidence. Plus, her husband is connected to Diddy's circle, adding even more pressure. Jaguar says people like Keena have to guard every word because one slip could destroy their world.
Diddy.
No, he's trying to move Diddy and Jay-Z out the way so he can run it. And the truth is, I ain't mad at him. I just don't trust him. Because the truth is, he would just be another kind of monster in another kind of way. He don't want things to change. He just want to be the one that's running it. See? Easiest thing to do is to take your enemy's feet and hold them to the fire for things you know that they won't admit. Which is why when that C&D came out, he took all of that Diddy shit down because of his tape. See? What is it with all of these pretenders? And now they got to even...
Keena said she never saw anything strange at Star Island, even though Stevie J, who lived there during key time periods, is nowhere in the documentary. Jaguar says that's not an accident. And then there's Gene Deal, Diddy's longtime bodyguard, someone who should have been a major voice. He says 50 Cent personally reached out, but after a tense phone call...
P. Diddy.
Yeah, several, many, honestly.
And so, can you take us through, like, what goes on, like, when you were there?
Money
Right.
and sex.
Were you surprised that there were so many cameras in his houses?
No!
So let me ask you, when you hear that Cassie was told to hire male escorts to come in what they call freak-offs now,
Yeah.
is that something normal that
Yeah.
happens in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Freak-offs.
Yeah. Everybody know that. I've been saying it.
So why does Puffy, why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time. Like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
Jaguar also reminded fans of her viral moment on Piers Morgan, where she openly called out Jay-Z and Diddy. That clip vanished within 24 hours. That's unheard of on a platform that size. Jaguar uses it as proof of how certain industry figures can shape documentaries and media narratives with one phone call. And here's where it gets even messier. Jaguar says footage involving Justin Bieber and Diddy was removed, not because of accusations, but because of protection. Bieber's team reportedly kept him distant because something felt off. Meanwhile, Usher allegedly allowed Diddy temporary guardianship over Bieber for 48 hours, while Bieber was still a teen. Jaguar says if that footage ever aired, it would raise questions no one in power wants to answer. Jaguar doesn't give medical details, but she points out Gene Deal has already spoken publicly about that era. From her view, it throws up red flags. Does this look like someone responsibly mentoring a young artist? especially considering everything now linked to Diddy. Jaguar claims this footage exists, but Netflix passed. She believes including it would have opened a new storyline involving Bieber and Usher,